The YouTube algorithm just changed forever, and I want to show you exactly how to use this brand new update to your fullest advantage. Now guys, as you can see, I just got out of bed. This is one of the biggest changes I've ever personally seen after making millions of dollars on the platform. And just so you know I'm not completely full of shit, here's quite literal proof of this. Here is just one of the channels that we've been running and been able to scale to $381,000 in revenue. As you can see, we're literally on an upward trajectory over the last few years. And of course, I can go ahead and click on settings, show you the currency is set to Australian dollars. Heck, I can even go ahead and refresh the page if need be. For those of you that obviously just call bullshit. Now again, guys, I am not showing this to flex. I am showing you this so you know this is coming from somebody and giving you advice from somebody who's been doing this for a very long time. Now, so much is going on right now. I think it's important that I make a video talking about exactly what's changed and how you guys can actually use this and not get fried by their new updates. Now, first of all, guys, if you want to join my public Discord server, that's discord.gg/1%. Obviously, just a super cool networking environment. And as per usual, guys, it's entirely free to join. And of course, this is not financial advice. It's simply me giving my own opinion. Let's get straight into the video. So first things first, retention. So if you guys don't even know, AVD, average view duration, retention. Previously, all YouTubers had one simple goal: maximize retention at all costs. But after this new update that Google has just pushed out from January 14th onwards, Google has now introduced something called good and bad abandonment. And this pretty much trumps retention. Previously, all that we really cared about on long form and ultra long form was CTR and AVD, click-through rate and average view duration. And honestly, the biggest thing we had to focus on was the fact that we were just maximizing our average view duration and having any sort of engagement that was as long as we possibly could. But nowadays, if somebody leaves a video early, it is a very, very bad sign. We've essentially replaced AVD with good abandonment, which would mean a viewer leaves it because their question was answered, they're satisfied, or they don't search again, versus bad abandonment, meaning they leave the video, right? And then they go ahead and look up the exact same thing that your video was to see if they can find a better video better explaining that. So they're essentially looking for a better explanation. Now, this is obviously a massive thing before because YouTube never really took into account the actions. YouTube never really took into account the viewer's actions post watching your video, while watching your video, and before watching your video, which it now does. And this is insane. So essentially, the old model was to just maximize watch time at literally all costs. That's all that mattered. But nowadays, the model that we have to be focusing on is maximizing satisfaction. Did the video we just posted resolve the intent that it was packaged as with a thumbnail and title? Like, for example, on ultra long form channels, make sure we target the question itself first. Like, for example, if I go on this channel that's made millions of dollars in its lifetime, they obviously post videos like the real reason Peter Pettigrew was in Gryffindor, essentially a Harry Potter lore channel. And again, all of their videos solve a particular problem very, very early on. And that's why a channel like this will never be struck down or kind of annoyed by this update. So you have to make sure that the way you're kind of packaging content relates directly to the video and you're minimizing clickbait the best you can. Now guys, really quick, before we do anything else, I've just launched my brand new program, monetize.net/start. Literally fill out this form. There is a 15-minute video of just pure value for you guys. And essentially, if you're not monetized within 90 days of joining this program, you get a full refund, no questions asked. You also get full access to produce.so to actually generate these ultra long form videos in minutes. You get full access, the $3,000 a month plan, for completely free just by joining my program. And again, if you guys decide this is something you want to do, go ahead and watch this video, book a completely free strategy call with my team, and we'll see if you're eligible. Again, it'll be linked down below. If not, it's monetize.net/start. Now, how creators can actually use this brand new engagement update. So, script strategy, front load the answer. You know, with current videos, most people try and delay the actual satisfaction and the view itself and the idea of the video itself. They try and delay that as long as they possibly can to milk as much ad revenue and to get the video optimized for as much AVD as they possibly can. We need to front load the answer, meaning we're providing the user with the value they clicked on the video to receive almost immediately. We also don't need to pad for AVD. Yes, there are still ways around this. We can still make the video itself simply give the answer at the start, but then leave some out and give the answer at the end. It's not like we're completely screwed. We just need to kind of optimize the way we're doing this because YouTube's algorithm is not going to push content that isn't meeting its new criteria. Be okay with shorter videos. Now, again, this is not to say ultra long form doesn't work. If you're doing ultra long form, just do lore videos, just do what if videos, content that you don't really need to rely on front loading the answer for technically, But again, it just works long term. For example, like on automation channels, tutorials, explainers, they do like how-to niches, and they benefit massively because they can get to the point immediately and they're going to have insane user satisfaction. Like for example, if I was looking up how to change a car tire, the first video that I see, it's probably going to be the video that I need. So again, I'm not going to, after watching this, go ahead and look up the exact same thing again. So that would be really, really good engagement and obviously good viewer satisfaction. So again, guys, satisfaction over watch time. This is imperative. We can no longer post just shitty content and hope that the audience likes it. Do not stall the viewer. Now, the biggest change, and this is arguably the biggest change I've ever personally seen in my entire 7 years on YouTube, and that is multi-visitation. YouTube now, as of recently, looks at what viewers watched before and after your video and up to 31 days of viewing history. So channels are essentially grouped into an audience neighborhood. So for example, if people came from Mr. Beast's video and came to yours, and of course, then went back to Mr. Beast, then went back to yours, you would essentially be grouped. And in YouTube's algorithm, you'd be grouped in that little Mr. Beast audience neighborhood, right? So for example, if you're doing an AI sleep channel and content and people in your niche watch other AI sleep channels, you're going to be grouped into that sub niche. So this is actually a super beneficial change. So exactly how can we use this to our advantage? Obviously, the biggest thing is going to be our distribution strategy. Never, ever, ever share your content directly to friends and family to try and farm engagement. Never drop the links in random Discord communities, random chats, and just spam it around. I see this all the time, and this is one of the biggest problems. YouTube doesn't care if your traffic is coming from direct or unknown or other YouTube features. All they care about is browsed and suggested. And if you're providing them with shitty audience sample sizes, it's simply never going to get pushed to the right audience for it to actually perform well in browsed and suggested. And of course, this one goes without saying, but don't buy traffic and bots. Next thing, positioning. Own audience adjacency, not just format. Your titles and thumbnails should feel native to the neighborhood that you want. So for example, let's say I want to get into the Naruto what if niche, right? If I'm going to look this up, I'm going to want to copy what's already doing well, because again, if people are consuming the Amagi's content, who's also in Naruto what ifs, and then consume my content, they're still in that adjacency and they're still going to batch us into the same neighborhood. So what feels familiar to the viewer is going to feel familiar on our channel. And just for example, small channel leverage piggybacks big channel audiences. So for example, if you're just replicating what's worked in a niche that you're trying to get into and there's already a big guy doing it, this change is going to be super beneficial for you, because not only is it going to make you stand out a ton more, but it's also going to be feeding the algorithm far more people interested in your style of content, presuming you kind of copy the same packaging as your competition. Now, this is a big thing. Negative comments now hurt performance. So I'm sure some of you guys know previously, a lot of people on shorts, they'd like rage bait. They'd do something mistakenly or on purposely wrong in the video. Like they'll say, look at this Lamborghini driver, and it would be like a Ferrari driver. And they would purposefully do that to rage bait to get extra comments. This no longer works. Comments that are negative are no longer neutral engagement. The algorithm analyzes sentiment. So rage bait is now actually a liability. So viewer satisfaction includes comment sentiment. So negative or disagreeing comments actually contribute to a dissatisfaction signal and would of course be used as a new metric for YouTube to say, no, we're not going to recommend this video. So the biggest thing to take away from this is the fact that YouTube is quite literally becoming intent driven and not metric driven, which again has really never been the sole focus of YouTube as a whole. But again, I'm at a crossroads of how to feel about this change, because again, on one hand, it's amazing. It's going to give ultra long form channels so much more potential to blow up, as well as regular long form. But on the other hand, it's going to make it a lot harder and a lot more competitive. Now again, guys, as I was saying, if you want to go ahead and check out monetize.net and a deep dive into this, as I said, 90-day money back guarantee if you're not monetized. You work directly with myself and my team in scaling an ultra long form channel using all of my resources. We literally give you full access to produce.so. And if you guys don't know how this software works, you can quite literally make ultra long form videos in like 5 minutes that meet the criteria to all of these new YouTube changes. Like for example, if we wanted to copy the Amagi, we would just grab his YouTube URL, head over to produce, go and train your niche, paste in the link, go ahead and click start training. And then that niche is essentially yours and you can create scripts in that niche forever. And again, you have the video studio, generate video, choose whatever niche you want. We have literal hundreds of them. Like for example, if I want to do Naruto, press continue, choose my length, upload my TTS sound, choose my background music, choose my ambient sounds. It'll do all of the subtitles for you and generate the video. And again, you don't have to join my program to be able to get access to this. You can just check out produce.so. But again, it is going to be so much cheaper and so much more beneficial if you do check out monetize.net. Again, guys, as per usual, if you want to join my Discord server, that's discord.gg/1%. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day.